G'day everyone, welcome back to my channel. Yesterday we have gone through the 5th lockdown and I got no comment. With all the other disasters going around the world lately, I hope everyone all stays safe. Anyway, now you're at my place, so be my guest. Let's keep calm and drink coffee. In my last video, I talked about how to make a at least acceptable espresso. Please leave the comment down below and let me know how did you go. Now following that, I will be sharing with you how to improve the espresso that is already okay to next level. Here's a very important concept you need to know. That is the coffee's extraction phases. Doesn't matter you are making hand pour, French press or drip coffee, they are all going through the extraction phase in the same order: the sour, sweet, and bitter. During the extraction, coffee ground is going through different stages. Phase 1. The simple molecules in the coffee will be dissolved first. They are acid and salt. Fat will also be extracted at this stage because the hot water just simply washes it down. In terms of the taste, it's gonna be very intense, sharp, and sour that is unbearable. Phase 2. More complex molecules started to dissolve, such as sugars. Lots of good flavors are extracted during this part. Here's a myth about the coffee. You may hear people say, I'm gonna brew a coffee that is full of sweetness. And you stand here and thinking, is he just making things up, or have I been drinking fake coffee all times? The term sweet here is actually a complex experience that involves different senses. A good espresso does taste a little bitter to start with, maybe also has some gentle sourness in it. But as I swallow, my taste buds gonna feel a touch of sweetness as aftertaste. As I breathe, the coffee's aroma start to present themselves in my nose, such as sweet toffee or caramel. Also, depending on the coffee beans processing method, some of them may even have floral or fruity flavors in it. I have a more straightforward way to experience the sweetness of the coffee. Every day I make myself a cup for the trip. Then I leave my empty coffee cup in the car. When I knocked off the work and get back in the car, the coffee smell still lingering around. Try to smell that empty coffee cup. It does smell like it has got sugar in it. Phase 3. Coffee beans fibers start to break down and dissolve in the water. This will start to give the coffee bitter and a burnt taste. So ideally, we should not stay at this stage for very long. Otherwise, the coffee is going to be watery, overwhelmingly bitter, tongue drying, and no aftertaste with little or no aroma. Okay, done with the theory part. Now I will present to you the whole extraction phase physically. Some of you may have heard of it before. It's called salami shots. So my plan is using some shot glasses and load them with a different phase of the coffee. So let's get started. Firstly, clean the portafilter as a routine. I'll be using medium roast coffee beans as well today. So same recipe as the last time. I will have 18 grams of the coffee beans. In the grinder you go. I will use this coffee distributor to help me level the coffee bed today. Then tamping. It is important that you keep the pressure the same to achieve the consistency. Okay, I'm ready for extraction. The first part is coming out a little slow, so let me give it 10 seconds. 9, 10, right, next glass. From here, I will change a glass every 5 seconds, I suppose. 20 seconds. 25 seconds, 30 seconds, and last one, I'll cut it off here, which is 37 seconds. Let me move it all down so you can see the difference. I also have a cup of water here to clear up my taste buds. So let me start with the last shot glass, which was from 30 to 37 seconds. It is a bit watery, but look. Let me have a try. Right. It has an outstanding bitterness in it. In terms of the aftertaste, almost none. No sweetness whatsoever. And my tongue starts to drying out. No good. Okay, next one. So this one was from 25 seconds and 30 seconds. Try this one. Alright. So a touch of sourness starts showing up, but very gentle. I can also feel some aroma as I breathe, but still got a little bitterness in it. But not bad. Way better than last one. So next shot will be from 20 to 25 seconds. You can see the coffee start to have more color. So the sourness is more outstanding in this shot, but not in a bad way. I quite like it. Aroma wise, also getting stronger. I can tell it is some kind of fruit, maybe cherry or plum, something like that. Moving on to next one, which was from 10 to 15 seconds. The color is getting darker and darker. So it is basically like last shot, but a stronger version of it. And on top of that, I can also feel it is a little bit salty. Not bad at all. Okay, next one. It has less volume, but more concentration, as you can see. Almost sticky like syrup. I will zero my taste bud here. Ew! This one is very intense, very sharp already. The sourness almost gone. Instead, it is just salty. Like someone put a scoop of table salt in it. Now moving on to the first one. Well, even more sticky than the last one. I'm not sure if I'm really gonna do this. If you don't hear me again, please call the police. Anyway, I will sacrifice myself today.
What the hell was that?
I mean, seriously, it was so intense. All I want to do is getting rid of the yucky taste in my mouth now. Then, if I pour all those shots back into one, I will just leave this last one because it has nothing good in it. I will have a try of this assembled espresso. Very balanced between the sourness and bitterness now. Great aftertaste with loads of sweetness. Very fruity aroma. I would serve this shot if I worked in a cafe. So with this experiment, I can tell the bad flavors as in the overly bitter and the burnt is started around 30 seconds. I will call it a cutoff point, where I should probably stop the extraction to avoid over-extracted espresso. As I explained, the phase 3 of the extraction, which was in this last shot glass, is all broken down coffee fiber solution, which presents the unpleasant flavors. We can use this method to know where the cutoff point is for each specific recipe. If we can control the bad flavors in the cup to minimum, we will have the full potential of the coffee beans as a reward. And based on the recipe you find after watching my last video, you could use that as your starting point, then make fine adjustments to improve your espresso. If you find your espresso still overly bitter, then you could use this salami method to find out when exactly the espresso starts to have the bitter taste. If you find out the bitterness starts before 20 seconds, that means the coffee is probably over-extracted for this recipe. So what you need to do is bring that extraction gauge back to the green. For example, you could adjust the grinder a bit coarser so that makes extraction less effective to prolong the extraction phase. Or you can increase the coffee dose so that water takes longer to get through the coffee. Or you can lower your extraction temperature if your machine is able to do that. Or just simply cut off before 20 seconds when the bitterness starts to show up. What if espresso tastes overly sour in an unpleasant way? Same principle here. We could have changes to the variables to speed up the extraction, pushing that gauge back a little bit to green. At the end of the day, making coffee is intuitive. As long as you are satisfied with your coffee drink, then you are a successful home barista. Thanks for watching my video. See you next time. Cheers.